What I'm going to read is an excerpt from the sequel, Tamara and Dan. We, that is our civilization, we're long in the past and we're the stuff of myths and legends. What is left of our knowledge and expertise is in a place called the Centre, which is soon be under the water. The scene described here are people desperately trying to rescue what they can of what is known of us. They were all working as fast as they could, but now water was rushing into the centre of the shattered glass. Dan grabbed at the last of the books that were still dry and leapt back as a jet of water shot up. "That's it," shouted Grue. "General, we must run for it." Dan set down his final armful of books. The scribes were trying to sort the books into languages they knew, but the frail old things were falling apart. As each was opened, it began to crumble. Dan, desperate, grief-stricken, grabbed up book after book and saw it disintegrate in his hand. Fragments of paper bronzed and darkened as the air took it. "And there goes the wisdom of 100 civilisations," said Dan. "Look, there it goes. Going, gone." Dan was moving from table to table, hoping perhaps that at this one or that the books were still whole. He gently opened one after another and watched it die, while odd words or lines of words sprang up clear and strong, like lines of writing being consumed by fire. And he reached for another. He was weeping. All the scholars working there in the hall were desperate, some crying, some trying to catch the fragments of paper as they blew about. Dan stood watching, the girl behind him, and then from the direction of the secret room there came a noise like a clang that gurgled into silence. The not-glass cell had spoken its last. From its direction crept a trickle of water. "It's time we all left," said Grue. All along the hall, the scribes were scribbling down odd phrases, even words, as the books fell into dust in their hands. "I hold these truths to be self-evident. In England, Rose, thou art sick. All the oceans. I will rise from the dead to say the sun is shining. Into a summer's day. Helen, western wind, when? The Pleiades. I don't know much about gods, but I think. And all roads lead to. Dan, sir, general, what has been made can be made again, said Grue. And again, and again, and again, said Dan. He sat at his table in alleys and watched the people all down the hall, scurrying and scrabbling over bits of browning paper. It's the again and again and again, Grue. I can never understand why you don't see it. Grue sat down near Dan. Sir, you make things so hard for yourself. Tamara sat down too. In her hand was a bit of crumbling paper. She was crying. She said, when I get to Tundra, I won't ever cry again. Never.